Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Jasmine, and today I want to do a very quick video on just my experience with breastfeeding. Baby Bryce is here chilling with us, so we're just going to cut right into the chase and get right to it. Yeah, he's handling business. Alright, so guys, I want to kind of go over just my experience with breastfeeding. I am... By no way does this mean that I'm an expert. I definitely am not. So if you have any questions, or you know, if I say something wrong, please don't beat me up. Just go see your local lactation consultant. They can help you, or you can check out Google, you know. But I just wanted to kind of tell what worked for me, because I'm currently breastfeeding my baby. He's 4 months old, and we're still breastfeeding strong. So woo, whoop, whoop, whoop to all the mothers who are continuing to breastfeeding their babies. And this, again, by no means that I'm an expert. And this does not mean that I am putting other mothers who decided not to breastfeed their babies down. No. Okay? You do what works for you, boo. Okay? So breastfeeding worked for me, one, because it's most cost effective, and two, it's the bond that I have with my baby that I could never even imagine, and I wouldn't dare take that away. So, and every day that I breastfeed him, you know, that we have those moments together. Bryce, can I talk, baby? Okay, but every day that we have those moments together, it's irreplaceable. So, yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it. Yeah. While I was pregnant, I did not have colostrum. You know, I did not experience colostrum before I gave birth. Colostrum basically is pre-milk. It has a lot of carbs, has a lot of proteins in it, everything that kind of that it helps for your baby. It's totally fine if you did not have colostrum before you gave birth, like I did, and it's totally fine if you did. It just means your milk probably came in a lot sooner. My milk did not come in till day 5. So, as soon as we got home from the hospital, day 3, it was a rough time for us. You know, I cried constantly because my baby was screaming. He was hungry. He was going through the whole cluster feeding, and it was very difficult. One, because my milk hadn't come in, and he was constantly hungry. So the night that we came home, my husband actually had to get up in the middle of the night and go and get some formula for the baby. Now, I will tell you this, you know, I know that you say, hey, I'm going to be strictly breastfeeding my baby. And that's exactly what I said. But in my circumstance, I wish I would have prepared, just had 1 can of milk, just, you know, something there, because you never know. You know, you never know what your circumstance may be, and you may have a starving baby, and believe me, a screaming, starving baby is not something that you want to kind of just push to the side. So I regret not having a can of milk on deck. Because again, my milk did not come into day 5, but just because my milk did not come into day 5 does not mean that I was not being proactive. My milk hadn't came in, I was still experiencing colostrum, but I was pumping every 2 to 3 hours, because I said, hey, if my baby isn't latching, I want to give my baby the best. And I got my pump from my health insurance, and they sent it to me. So if you guys have health insurance through your employer, just reach out to your health insurance and see, because more than likely they'll provide a free pump for you. So I definitely received I had a Medela pump, and I bought that pump because there's so many different components or things that can go with it, accessories. So I got a car charger for it, I got an extra battery pack for it. All those are with the Medela brand. Okay, and then yeah, all those are with Medela. And then I also bought these freebies, and I'll just, you know, put a picture of the freebies right here. So freebies basically stick inside of your bra. That way you can pump and with your shirt on, so people don't have to see. You can be completely hands-free. And then I also bought a pumping bra off of Amazon. That bra cost me roughly about $30, and I bought 2 because I was pumping with my Mandela horns or flange, and I needed to be hands-free because I needed to be on my phone like normal people these days, and I needed to care for my baby, be able to touch him and everything like that. You can't do that if you're holding 2 pumps, you know, in your hand on your breast. So that's not going to work. But so yeah, I do recommend those products, and definitely I will link those products down below and put a little picture. So if you missed the picture, go back, because the pictures, or you know, just little extra details about those are going to be there. So also, yeah, my milk didn't come in to day 5. Check. You know, I had a rough experience in the beginning. Check. But oh yes, so when I was pumping, again, I was pumping every 2 to 3 hours. By the first week and a half, initially I had about 2 ounces of milk. I went from 2 ounces to milk to pumping 8 ounces. And yes, you may say, dang girl, you was pumping a lot of milk. I definitely was, but because my body was thinking that I had twins because I was pumping so often and I was pumping both breasts. I don't recommend that unless you're trying to save milk, because it's definitely easier to decrease your supply than how to try to, you know, fight to increase your supply. So I definitely took advantage of it, and I saved a lot of milk. I put a lot of milk in the freezer. But sorry guys, I have a baby, of course. So yeah, I definitely was able to save some milk, so that was definitely convenient for me. But the next, you know, then after meeting with the lactation consultant, when baby was like 3 weeks old, we was able to get him back on to latching. So then, you know, I was exclusively breastfeeding unless he was with someone, like, you know, they're watching him for me, they would give him a bottle. So even now to this day, he still latches properly with the with my nipple, as well as he goes back and forth to a bottle with the pacifier, so he doesn't have any problems. Also, I would recommend, you know, taking a breastfeeding class before you have your baby. Please, please, please. Babies R Us offers a free breastfeeding class. They answer questions for you like drinking with breastfeeding, as well as they touch on topics like nipple confusion. Just brief. Nipple confusion is when your baby can't distinguish your nipple from a bottle's nipple, and they want the easier nipple, which just so happens to be the bottle and not your breast. You have to remember that babies are natural suckers, not latchers. Okay, so definitely meet with a lactation consultant if you're having any problems, because they offer the best advice and they're very patient and they know exactly what we need and the support that we need as new moms or as new breastfeeders. So yeah, so I'm gonna put those products that worked for me, you know, while pumping. They're very like essential to my life. I cannot live without them. And then also, I just want to kind of go over engorgement, because after giving birth, you're gonna experience like 2 to 3 weeks of engorgement, and it can make you say, I don't want to do this anymore because this hurts. Engorgement does hurt. It's like, you know, your body's trying to get used to what your baby needs. It's trying to learn your baby's eating patterns, and exactly like how much, and how many times a day you need to feed. So your body's trying to learn that, and so your milk ducts are getting full. You feel like bricks are on your chest. One thing that worked for me is taking a warm washcloth, of course wetting it first, then putting it in the microwave and placing it on my chest right before I was about to nurse or right before I was about to pump. This helped with the flow of your milk, and I could not, listen, I know they tell you to take you a warm shower and let the warm water just run down you. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I pay for water, okay? So I was like, I need to find an alternative. So that definitely, most definitely worked for me. I took 2 cloths, wet them and put them in the microwave and put them on me. Like, that was like love from a microwave. Appropriate love for the microwave. Don't eat food out of the microwave, you guys, come on. But I had to put that little disclaimer in there just because I said microwave. But anyway, you know, we all warm up our food in the microwave. Let's just be real. But anyway, so yeah, breastfeeding, why I did it, one is it's my body makes it. Come on, you guys. Like, and it's so crazy how good God is, because God, like, I can't even fathom, you know, just God's rationale when it comes to like just what he does for our bodies. One, he just allows the baby to grow inside of us, and then he gives us the nutrients that our babies need to live and to help with their immune system. Like, breastfeeding has so many different benefits. Like, if your baby catches a cold, your breast milk will change, you know, to help fight the, you know, the infection or the virus or whatever your baby may have. So just from the secretion of his saliva or her saliva. So listen, like, you know, if you can do it and get past those rough patches, because it's well worth it. Now, when I get ready to leave my house and we're going somewhere, pack a bottle for what? No. I take my nursing cover, which I just slip over my neck, and not all about my business, you guys. Like, listen. Heat up a bottle for what? Shake up a bottle for what? My baby's screaming? Okay, do what I have to do. And, you know, I haven't had anybody come up to me and say, ew, breastfeeding is nasty, because I wish they would. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm saved and all, but I'll put you in your place, because this is my place. This is my space. You know, you don't invade my space, because this is my place, right? But anyway, so thanks guys for watching.